When I was a kid, there was a typical stereotype that the actors and actresses from Power Rangers had terrible careers once they left the show. For someone like Austin St. John, he never was actually pursuing acting, so once his gig ended, he wasn't really going after Hollywood. David Yost took on more of a behind the scenes role when he left Power Rangers, and someone like Amy Jo Johnson actually had a fairly popular career after that. But the truth is that we never saw them on Saturday mornings anymore because they were doing other shows. Some were more adult. So when we did end up seeing them, it was really exciting. And if there were multiple Power Rangers on the same screen, it was even more amazing. Today, I'm going to be pulling up 10 of the best Power Rangers crossovers that aren't exactly on the show Power Rangers. Hey guys, my name is Casey. I'm a huge fan of the entire Power Ranger franchise, and I love doing these videos. I love connecting with you, but if you want me to keep doing them, I need more subscribers, man. Baby, I need more. I need more of yous. Okay, so make sure you go subscribe, like the page, hit that bell, slam that subscribe button. Ring the Facebook to get more notifications. And just make sure you give me all your credit card information. Thanks. Now, of course, there are probably dozens upon dozens of more of these out there. But if you know of any of them that I missed, make sure to comment below. I'd love to hear about them. Coming in at number 10 is Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Now, if you're a fan of this movie, you're probably upset that it's in last place. Probably one of the best comedies I've ever seen in my life. But the only reason I don't have this higher on the list is because the two actors don't interact on screen. If you've seen the delightful dark comedy, you'll recognize a friendly face in the group of overconfident college kids. Brandon J. McCleary, known to us Ranger fans as Jack from SPD, is trekking his way through the woods in fear of death by the hands of two hillbillies. Honestly, the premise of this movie is so genius and hilarious. The brilliant Eli Craig not only co-wrote, but also directed it. Now, Eli Craig isn't a name that Power Ranger fans probably recognize, but his wife is. He is married to the Lightspeed Rescue actress Sasha Craig, who played Kelsey in our beloved Ranger universe. She does appear in the movie at the beginning as a reporter. Now, this is one of the lower interactions since there isn't a crazy amount of Rangers in it, but my goodness, it's an amazing movie. So if you haven't seen it already, you should. Number 9 is Shortland Street. New Zealand's entertainment industry is a massive influence on the Power Rangers show since it's such a big part of their economy. So the number 1 New Zealand soap opera is going to have some major connections. Honestly, it has too many to count. It most likely should be number 1 on the list, but as someone who has never seen the series, it's kind of hard to catch up on. And it goes back decades with Ranger actors before and after their careers on Power Rangers. Recently, a lot of the mothers on Beast Morphers and Dino Fury are middle-aged actresses who used to star on the soap opera, such as Beast Morphers Commander Shaw, played by Tawila Bakley. She appeared on Shortland Street for 289 episodes. Siobhan Rakuri played Lanny Akana in Dino Fury and was in 250, both of which are famous enough in New Zealand to be on Dancing with the Stars. But the most notable characters for most Power Ranger fans would be the couple Nicole and Vinny. Yes, our beloved Ninja Storm teammates were a couple in this show. Pow was in the show for 501 episodes. Sally Martin is now the 3rd longest running cast member of the show with 1,337 episodes. But their relationship is tested when Sally's character starts to have feelings for Harper, or as we know her, Rhea Vandervis from Operation Overdrive. Honestly, this show might need its own video because it's just jam-packed with actors and actresses who are veteran Rangers. But right now, I can't find anywhere to stream this show in the United States, so that's all I can really do. Number 8, A Love Yarn. Now listen, I'm a very manly guy. I use power tools on occasion. Not to brag. But I have no shame in saying that I can watch a good rom-com. Or a Hallmark movie. The great thing about these movies is that they are intended to be done kind of low budget. New Zealand is a great place to do it. Beautiful scenery and a good size acting market to get good quality for a low price. So don't be hating on these movies because honestly, they're pretty fun. Especially when you get to see so many Rangers involved. I have 2 movies to discuss. The first is A Love Yarn. Personally, I love this one because we get to see Anna Hutchinson from Jungle Fury falling in love all while being consulted with her best friend Liv Tennant from RPM. Honestly, I just love Liv. I love Liv Tennant. Seeing these two interact throughout the movie is really fun. The second Hallmarky movie at number 7 would be Together Forever Tea, starring the first good, as in not evil. Female Red Ranger, Kimberly Crossman. Now, the first scene in this movie, we get to see our Red Samurai Ranger right next to the Gold Ninja Steel Ranger, played by Jordy Weber. What more could you want? Well, she goes to a town where the tea shop is run by Madame Odious's voice actress, Jackie Drew. The lawyer dealing with the will of her dead aunt is played by Zato's mother, played by Jan Van Epps. Kimberly Crossman's love interest's brother is played by Beast Morphers Jack's voice actor. We even have a young girl asking for a love potion tea, played by Beast Morphers video game playing rival Molly Leishman. Both of these movies are worth the watch, and right now they are free on Roku's TV website. Now, before we move on, I need to pitch one thing. Erin Cahill is a massive Hallmark movie actress. Can't we get one movie where her love interest is Jason Faunt? I mean, I think he could pull it off, and I think it would be worth it. Come on, Netflix, you could make that happen, right? Do it for the Ranger fans. Number 6, speaking of Time Force, one of these little tiny Easter eggs out there is a docuseries called Battleground: Art of War. There's an episode called Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great is played by Jason Faunt. But in the end of the episode, there's a small one-on-one fight where Alexander faces a warrior played by Dan Southworth, who played the Quantum Ranger, Eric Myers. Not a huge thing, but it's kind of cool to see them next to each other in this show. Number 5 is Arc Exitus and Wicked Games. Now, Johnny Young Bosch has had an amazing career in voice acting after leaving Power Rangers, but pretty soon after leaving, he was in a movie also starring Jason Narvi. Now, I can't find much on this movie. I think it was very low budget, and probably no copies exist at this point. But recently, the two paired up again to make a short-ish film called Arc Exitus. Definitely a great watch. It was on YouTube, but it's not up anymore, and I'm not really sure where you can watch it. I was trying to find a link for it, but I don't know. But it's worth a watch if it pops up. Now, number 4 is called Westside. You know Bryan Cranston's transformation from Hal from Malcolm in the Middle to Walter White in Breaking Bad? Well, this show kind of does that for Ranger fans. Two of our most lovable and dopey characters, RJ and Claire, come together as a problematic couple in Westside. Antonia Preble and David D. Latour are amazing in this show. I watched the first 2 episodes and I'm seriously hooked. It's more mature, so fair warning to younger kids, but their acting is outstanding. David plays Ted West, a thief, and Antonia is his wife who has a lot of secrets to hide from her husband. It's funny and dramatic. It has a lot of New Zealand actors and actresses from Power Rangers. In the first episode, the neighbor boy is played by Jared Blackenston, the Graphite Ranger, Prince Philip, and Dino Charge. And that's only a small portion of the Ranger cast members who show up. Seriously, an awesome show, and it's on Roku as well. Number 3 is Blood Punch. Now, our beloved RPM cast has gone on to do amazing things. We have Ika in Jessica Jones, Adelaide in Rain, Rose in iZombie, and Ghosts, but there is a movie that brings back a lot of the great cast, and it's a pretty cool thriller called Blood Punch, starring Liv Tennant and Milo Caththorne, alongside Mike Jin, Ari Boyland, Adelaide Kane. It's a great movie. I watched it for free on Roku's website. I highly recommend it. It's kind of like a Groundhog Day meets thriller style movie. Number 2 is Wendy Wu on Disney Plus. This one is honestly a great watch, starring Sweet Life of Zack and Cody actress Brenda Song, but her 2 best friends are played by Sally Martin and Anna Hutchinson. Seeing these 2 together on screen makes me so happy. Sally had already played Tori on Ninja Storm, but Anna had yet to become the Yellow Ranger with the power of the cheetah. But we get a huge cast of characters from Power Rangers throughout this movie. James Galen, who played Colonel Truman, is their teacher. The school principal is played by Paul Willis, who voiced Baskin in SPD. Jeff Dolan plays a security guard. He is best known as Gosei in Megaforce, although he's voiced tons of different characters over the years for Power Rangers. Mr. Tobias is played by Timothy Raby, who voiced most recently Kurvaka in Ninja Steel. Coach Gibbs is played by Sally Stockwell, best known for Serpentina in Mystic Force. Mr. Garrity is played by Michael Sikenti, who recently played Giacomo in Dino Fury. So it's got a lot of people to watch.
Number 1,
A Kid's World. Now, I won't claim this has the most Rangers in it. Honestly, I put it number 1 because I don't know anyone who has ever brought this movie up. When young kid actor Blake Foster had gotten out of Power Rangers, he did a couple jobs in various shows. He did a little thing on Walker, Texas Ranger, a show called Two of a Kind, but he then starred in his own movie alongside Back to the Future star Christopher Lloyd. But it's not like Blake Foster was a big enough name to bring in a huge number at the box office, so they needed to do it on the cheap. How about filming in New Zealand? The movie is based on sort of a Home Alone premise, but magic does work. He wishes that there are no adults and the world turns into a world without adults. A kid's world, if you dare. But Blake needed a sister, so they got a little girl who at the time had 1 credit on Xena Warrior Princess. This little actress's name was Olivia Tennant. That's right, everybody. Dr. K was Justin's sister in this movie. That is mind-blowing, all the way back in 2001. It's so crazy that she would later be on Power Rangers and be one of the most beloved characters in the series. Now listen, I know 3 of these have involved Liv Tennant, and I can't help it. She's amazing. All right. I love catching these little tidbits, seeing these actors and actresses be on the same shows. There's a ton more, and in doing this video, I've discovered a bunch more. Most of these are ones I found that you can actually see or stream online for free. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if this is something you enjoyed, and if it's something people like, maybe I'll try to do another one in the future. May the power protect you. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one. Bye. That didn't work at all.